See, the people that don't believe in the evolution and the universe come out of nothing, they're kind of looking at a small picture. Um, they say, well, if we came from monkeys, why there's still monkeys? But we didn't come from monkeys. Monkeys are our ancestors, just like aliens are our ancestors from space. That brought our DNA to Mars and to Earth and created the Big Bang. So yeah, we didn't come from monkeys. Monkeys are our ancestors. We split. If you actually watch what Richard Dawkins explains. And then the other thing is, you guys have to look at all sides. You look for the evidence, or the claims for the existence of God, the Kalam argument, the theological argument, the ontological argument. Look at the pros, look at the cons, and then look at the pros and the cons for the fine-tuned universe, and the pros and the cons for the big equation that says stuff couldn't happen randomly, which I agree didn't happen randomly. But the argument is the number equation is so big that it'll be impossible for it to just happen, and that's not necessarily true. So you really have to look at the pros and cons. I'm being honest with you. If I had those evidence for God, I'd be a believer. It's not like I'm defending anything, like saying, there's never a God. I'm not that. I'm a person that says I believe God until supernatural evidence has been shown. Because it's just like Carl Sagan says, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. And from my perspective, I don't think there's a God, and here's the reason why. Analyzing the cons and pros for existence God and for not existence God. The reason is there's multiple religions, multiple gods, multiple versions of heaven, multiple versions of hell. And the people that have the wrong God, according to the book, they're going to hell. So people believe in Krishna, and it turns out Jesus is the right God, or Yahweh, that's one reason. Another reason is our DNA come from Mars. And this got transferred from the crash land of meteorite into the water, where we developed from amoeba to, the first cell, to Autogenesis, and then evolution from man the primate, and etc. Another reason is aliens are our ancestors. Aliens might not be existing anymore. I think aliens had something to do either with the creation of the Big Bang, the dark energy, dark matter, and that's where we probably can't find them, because they're our ancestors. They created us in a way. And the reason is, I did research on this, and there's fossils of what in Mars there was life form in the rock. So there's alien fossils on different planets. And there's also the thing is, well, if there's a God, who created God, and infinite regression. And then the other thing is, so this is how I think it went down. There were probably either a bunch of different Big Bangs prior to the Big Bang we know. Another universe probably collapsed with ours that caused the Big Bang, or aliens bred us because our DNA is from Mars, and the alien had conflicts, species had conflicts, and they created a planet for us, for Earth, so we can bother them, And then the question is, well, how do the first animals develop? Well, I think everything came from Mars, to tell you the truth. Because if our DNA came from Mars, bacteria developed from Mars, and that meteorite from Mars came crashing to Earth, then billions of years we developed, and animals developed in the water, and that spread to the land. And that's how I kind of think it all started. Now, for the typical person, whether religious or not, there's a lot of information to comprehend. And of course it is. This happened billions of years. It's not like thousands of years, it's billions of years. But if you think about it that way, it makes sense. Another reason why I don't think, if the book says, God's omniscient, omnipresent, all loving, well, that defeats the purpose. There's evil, that defeats. It's not all good, because if it's all good, there will be no evil. Another thing is the fine-tuned argument. That's questionable because there's things popping in and out of space all the time, and if the aliens created everything, then they created us. We should thank the aliens. They created us the place. They created Earth for us to live, and they made the atmosphere and everything like that. Or this all developed naturally. Oh, I looked at information. There's a new theory where this is mind-blowing. It's called Autogenesis. This means things can create themselves, reproduce themselves. That's huge. We just find this out. This means that all life from Mars that came to the Earth developed by itself. I mean, I'm telling you, we're going to solve this mystery. We already know this now. We just found this out now. I mean, and and that's why the people can't crack the mysteries, because there's intelligence behind it. Just like Anthony Flew was atheist, but he became a deist. Deist means difference. Deist means there's a God. Deist means there's some kind of force, such as intelligence, that's not behind science, and therefore it's extraterrestrials, it's aliens. And of course, people 3,000 years, they couldn't think of that. But the funny thing is, the pyramids in Egypt had alien hieroglyphics. So they must have came to the Earth thousands of years ago, even. Or they haven't lived there. I mean, how would Egyptians know? So they maybe had something to do with the amazing structure, I think, of creating Earth, and in the pyramids and just all over. And we might not be able to find them now because they're extinct. The universe probably wiped them out, and that's why there's no signs of them. All we probably can find, I'm thinking, is if we go to other planets, we'll just find fossils, or fossils and rocks, alien life forms, and that's probably how I'm thinking. So this is huge. Now, this is amazing to think. Everything I described didn't require no God. And this is through research and research and research. I've been looking for these answers. Hell, everybody wants to know. I want to know. So, I guess we have to thank the aliens. Oh, okay. And then the question, well, who created aliens? Well, if the aliens are the first, then there's probably a God, but it's an alien God. It's alien God that created it all. Because if aliens is the first species, then if autogenesis, bacteria, creates, reproduces itself, then, or there's and if there's God, obviously it's not the gods in the Bible, the books, because it's just, I think it's an alien God. Alien God. And that was always eternal.